Oh, yeah. We back like we never left. It's the CJ Curry Show. I'm your host, CJ Curry. Today's show is presented by PrizePicks. PrizePicks making daily fantasy sports simple, allowing you to pick your favorite superstars from your favorite sports. You can combine them however you wish. Choose whether or not they're going to go for more or less, over or under on their projection, and you can win up to 25 times your money. If you're not playing on PrizePicks yet, guys, run over to PrizePicks, use code Curry, make your first deposit. You'll get a 100% instant deposit match, dollar for dollar, all the way up to $100. For your convenience, I've left a link down in the description of today's video for you to get started on PrizePicks. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring the show. Hey guys, thanks for being here. We got 97 people watching. Love the early turnout. I'm sure we'll get more people as our show goes on. It is Money Making Monday. It is the 1st of May. So shout out to everybody there who's celebrating the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Shout out to Bone Thugs. We got Dwayne in the building. He says, let's go. I don't know how to say your name. PXLLINN. Y'all need some easier names on YouTube. Money Making Monday. He's pumped up. Julian's in the building. Shout out to you as well. We got Glow Gang D. You flex. I flex back. He says, yesterday was tough. Yeah. Those game ones, man, these game ones, these last couple of series, the Denver Phoenix game one, that was kind of tough. Yesterday's game one, Miami, New York was kind of tough. I'm hoping tonight's game one between Philadelphia and Boston goes a little bit better for us, Glow Gang D. That's what I'm hoping. Ollie's in the building. Shout out to you. Thanks for being back with me. Ferry's here. He says, let's get it. Love that. Eloise Grice says, PrizePicks got me watching all kind of sports. Yeah, you got to love it, right? Anytime you have a little bit of skin in the game, a little bit of money down on something on PrizePicks, yeah, it's going to make you pay a little bit more attention to various sports. But I love it, man. It really enhances the sports viewing experience for me personally. I don't know about you guys, but I'm loving it. I love Prize Picks. Anyway, Kyle Kaz is here. Shout out to you, Drake. I see you. Travis, good morning to you as well. Trajan, yo, yo, yo. Zoe's in the building. Shout out to Zoe. We got strength in numbers. Yo, CJ, check KD and Jalen Green fantasy for me. I got you. Remind me, though. You know, it takes a few minutes for us to get into the swing of things. Remind me in a little bit, and I'll take a look at that one for you. Peyton's in the building. Peyton received a risk-free 2-pick power play. Shout out to you, Peyton. George James says, let's get it. George, hopefully my explanation of what fantasy score is in MLB terms made sense to you. I saw your question on my MLB Prize Picks video that I released just prior to going live here today. Yeah, MLB fantasy score is just a combination of strikeouts, pitching outs. You got earned runs allowed. You got quality starts. You got wins to consider. So it's a combination of all of those things. Hopefully that answers your question. Michael, shout out to you. He's ready for Money Making Monday. He says, let's get this green. Patreon has been cooking, folks. Shout out to the Patreon gang. Michael, I appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Tyrone, another one of our Patreon members. Bearded Gator, I see you as well. Short Lifestyle says, welcome back. Welcome back to you too, buddy. Thank you for being here. Blake says, smash the like button and let's make some money on this beautiful Monday. It really is a beautiful Monday here in Tampa Bay, Florida. Super nice weather here. Hopefully it's nice where you're at. If not, maybe my big beautiful face will brighten up your day just a little bit. As we keep people rolling in here, we got 133 of you watching. We're going to get things started here in just a moment, but you know, I got to continue to do my shout out. So shout out to everybody that I missed. All right. Anybody that I may have not mentioned, guys, nothing personal. There's a lot more of you than there is me, right? 133 people, just one of me, Curry. All right. So I love all of you, each and every one of you equally. Let's go ahead and pick a winner from yesterday's comment section. Guys, y'all were slacking yesterday. There was only 37 comments left on yesterday's replay. Just saying, some of y'all are sleeping at the wheel, all right? So congratulations to the 37 people that did leave a comment on yesterday's video. Some of you who are watching for the first time are like, what the F is this? Let me tell you what the F this is. Every day that I go live, I give away a risk-free 2-pick power play on Prize Picks. Okay? You get both picks right, you win $100. It's that simple. Every day I do this. So make sure that you're a subscriber with notifications turned on. Hit the like button. And once I end today's show, go to the comment section of today's show. Maybe you comment your favorite pick, prop, or play of the day. Maybe you comment how bad Tobias Harris is going to be tonight. I don't care what your comment is. Make it something useful. You know, if you're going to leave a comment, you might as well make it count. But that's how you get qualified to win one of these risk-free 2-pick power plays that I'm giving away each day here on Prize Picks. All right? So let's go ahead and do it. 37 comments from yesterday's comment section from the replay of yesterday's video. All we got to do now, hit the start button. Let's hope we don't get any repeat winners. Dominic Botello. I think I saw Dominic in the audience today watching live. Dominic, are you with us or am I making that up? Dominic, are you live? There he is. I thought I saw Dominic. Dominic, congratulations. You're the winner today, my friend. So you've just won yourself a risk-free 2-pick power play on Prize Picks. All you got to do now, send me your Prize Picks email address. You could DM me at Curry the Creator on Twitter, or you could drop down to the Discord. I've left a link to both down in the description of today's video. Either which way you want to do it, just make sure it gets done, all right? So I can get you that risk-free 2-pick power play. But yeah, congratulations to you, Dominic. You're the big winner today. And I'll be doing this again tomorrow. So if you didn't win today, you got another opportunity. More chances coming in the near future, all right? We're going to keep it coming. So congratulations to Dominic. All right, guys, let's get into today's 2-game NBA slate. We got the Philadelphia 76ers visiting the Boston Celtics. It's game 1. Obviously, the big news here is the process. Joel Embiid is expected to be out tonight. But I will say this, that he was spotted at shoot-around today. And I don't like that type of news. I don't like when they say, oh, this guy's supposed to be out, he's doubtful, but he was spotted at shoot-around today, which was the case for Joel Embiid. He was spotted at shoot-around today, but he's listed officially as being doubtful due to a knee injury, obviously. I don't think he plays unless some grace of God, some miracle happens and Joel Embiid is feeling, 100% better. I think he is probably going to be out tonight. But hey, it's always concerning whenever they release that Joel Embiid was spotted at shoot-around this morning. I don't like that. I don't like that. Anyway, Danilo Gallinari is out for Boston. Outside of those two guys, no other injuries to report from Philadelphia. Boston, this one's got a total of 214.5 points, so definitely on the lower side as far as game totals are concerned. 9.5 point spread. It's favoring the Boston Celtics, so they expect the Celtics to put a butt whooping on the Philadelphia 76ers. And I did start a little poll in the live chat, and I see that 113 of you have voted that you do expect the Boston Celtics to take game one tonight against the Philadelphia 76ers, who will be without Joel Embiid. So thanks to everybody who voted there. 88% of you believe that Boston's going to take this game tonight in Boston. So we'll go ahead and end that poll. But yeah, I kind of agree with the 88% of you who said that Boston's going to win. I agree. I think Boston's going to win tonight, too. The second game of the night, game two between the Phoenix Suns and the Denver Nuggets, guys. We got 229 points between these two teams, a 4.5 point spread. The great news here is that there is no news in terms of injury news. Completely clean bill of health for everybody on both sides here. No injuries for Phoenix, no injuries for Denver. So they're going to have their full complement of players. And this one's got a much higher total, 229 point total with just a 4.5 point spread. So it's looking like one of those games that's going to have a little bit more meat on the bone, more points, more stats coming from this game with a closer, hopefully competitive outcome here with just a 4.5 point spread. All right, so that's what you have to look forward to. That's the two games. And now we're going to swing things over here to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. Guys, this tool's been a game changer. It's allowed me to hit for about 60% of the picks that I posted to Patreon last month. Guys, in case you don't know, 60% or better is considered elite in terms of hit rate when it comes to player props. If you're hitting it at a 60% or better clip, you are in rarefied air, my friends. You are considered the creme de la creme, the upper echelon, all right? And that's what we've done the last couple of months. We've hit at about 60% rate for April. I think it was like 59 point something percent. And then the previous month, we were around 65%, okay? Playoffs get a little bit harder, so I'm not surprised that it dipped a little bit from March to April, but still, we're hanging right around 60% or better. And if you're doing that, you're in really good shape. You should be a profitable bettor over the long term, all right? So let's try to keep that type of momentum going as we roll into May. But anyway, a large part of my success has to do with Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. So definitely check it out. Code Curry at checkout saves you $5, I think it is, on your first month. I've left a link down in the description, along with everything else that I have going on down in today's video. So, all right, let's refresh this thing. I want to make sure it's got all the latest and greatest data, all the odds pulled in from the various sports books. Basically what this does is it goes out there, it looks at all the sports books, it pulls the odds in, it removes the VIG, it gives us a true odds of a player prop hitting, over, under, and then it gives us a nice little percentage over on the right-hand side. So starting things off here, we got a guy that's popping off at the top of this optimizer today. It's Tyrese Maxey of the Philadelphia 76ers, but he's kind of popping off for not the wrong reasons, I guess, but the under rather than the over. So 32.5 is his line, PRA on PrizePicks. He's at 31.5 on the sportsbook. So 55.2% chance that he will stay under. Now 55.21%. All right, notice I didn't say a 100% chance of hitting. Basically, we've got a 5.21% edge or advantage on this particular prop. Because when you think about it, these lines makers try to set the line as close as they can to a coin flip, to a 50-50 proposition. So in this case, we've got a 55.21% chance that he goes under his line of 32.5 PRA. So that 5.2% edge or advantage doesn't sound like a whole lot, but the idea behind plus EV betting is that over the long haul, these little 4 and 5% advantages or edges will make us profitable bettors, okay? So let's take a look at Tyrese Maxey here at 32.5 PRA. We're going to look at some projections. We're going to see if the projection models also have Tyrese Maxey going under. And if they do, I'd be glad to add him to my PrizePicks entry today. He'd be my first pick of the day. First projection on Maxey is 32.4 PRA. 32.4 PRA. We mentioned the line being 32.5, so that's pretty razor thin margins, right? First projection versus his line of 32.5. We're going to check a second projection, though, here. Second projection has him all the way down at 25.9 PRA. Now, that does seem a little bit too low, all right? 26 PRA on a line of 32.5. That's pretty low. Let's check a third projection here. We're going to use Number Fire for this third one. That second projection was provided to us by RotoWire. Number Fire is free. They've got him at 22.8 points plus another 3.5 rebounds plus another 3.9 dimes. So you're looking at 30.2 PRA, which is less than 32.5 for those keeping score at home. So that's three different projection sites who all have Tyrese Maxey going under or for less than 32.5 PRA. Now, we could take it to a fourth projection. Not that it's necessary, but for those who want to see it, let's do it, because sometimes seeing is believing. This is Betting Pros. Betting Pros is another free site that offers some player prop projections if you're looking for them. Go to bettingpros.com. Let's see if they've got Tyrese Maxey up here. They do. They've got him projected for 31.1 points, rebounds, and assists. Again, the line's 32.5 on PrizePicks. So it looks like an underplay is the way to go here on Tyrese Maxey. It is a 55.2% odds or a chance or advantage in our favor that he goes under 32.5 PRA. So we know it's a plus EV play. The odds are on our side in this case. The projections are also on our side. 4 out of 4 projection models have him going for less than 32.5 PRA. So that could be your very first play of the day. Tyrese Maxey under 32.5 PRA. Now, I won't be surprised if this gets bumped. Those of you who have watched the videos here recently, you know that a lot of the times when there's a pick that's at the top of the charts here on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, that it doesn't take long for PrizePicks to bump stuff up or down. And in this case, this one will probably get bumped before we can lock anything in today. I'm just warning you now. Now, another way that you could play Tyrese Maxey is under on his 28.5 points and assists. The 28.5 points and assists has a 55% chance of going under as well. So we could take a look at that one. Some projections while we got it pulled up here for Tyrese Maxey. 28.4 on a line of 28.5. We've also got him at 22.6 on a line of 28.5. We go back here to Number Fire. We've got him at 22.8 points plus 3.9 assists. That's 26.7. Again, the line is 28.5, and then we'll get a fourth projection for you here on Tyrese Maxey. But the unders are looking like the way to go here on Maxey today. Who do you think is going to get the role, the assignment defensively to guard Tyrese Maxey? Who do you think on the Boston side of things is going to draw this matchup? Are they going to put Marcus Smart on him? Are they going to put Derek White on him? Jaylen Brown? Who do you think is going to get that assignment for Maxey? Let me know in the chat. Those of you who are tapped into the hoops. I don't have a fourth projection for Maxey, by the way, but 3 projections is good enough for me. They all have him projected for less than 28.5 points and assists. So you could probably go that route as well. So here's your first 2 plays. Both of these plus EV, both of these projecting favorably. Both of these are going to be underplays. Take whichever one you prefer. Both of them look good though, as far as that goes. So let's keep working our way through this board here. We're looking at the first page of the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. We're trying to find some picks that have serious value. Here's one that could potentially be in play. Malcolm Brogdon. Brogdon's at 12.5 points, guys. 53.4% chance that he scores 13 or more today. I've been taking some Malcolm Brogdon props throughout the playoffs and the end of the regular season, and Brogdon has low-key been hitting for me at a pretty high clip. I've got a lot of confidence in Malcolm Brogdon based on his recent hit rates and all these props that I've been taking for him. So he's at 12.5 points. We're looking for projections of 13 or better. Let's go check Malcolm Brogdon out tonight. All right, first projection, 12.6. It's a little bit higher than 12.5. I'm okay with that projection. It's not one that's going to scare me away. It is more than 12.5, so that's good news. Second projection, they got him at 12 points, which is a little less than 12.5. I wish that was closer to 13. So the second projection, a little bit underweight on the under for Malcolm Brogdon. The third projection for Brogdon's got him at 13.9 points, however, so that's close to 14 points. So we're kind of all over the place here. 12.6, we got one closer to 12, we got one closer to 14. I kind of don't like when the projections are all over the place like that, but let's check a fourth and final projection just to see how it looks. 14.3 according to Betting Pros. All right, so two projections of about 14, one projection of about 12.6, and then you had a third projection which had him closer to 12. I'm okay with you taking the over on Malcolm Brogdon here. It is a plus EV play, so the odds are definitely going to be in our favor in this case, which is what we want, right? We don't want to play anything where we're going against the grain, against the sportsbook odds. We don't want that. Not on PrizePicks anyway. It makes no sense to take picks that are not plus EV plays. In this case, this one's projecting well on 3 out of 4 sites. Not 4 out of 4, but 3 out of 4, which is still pretty good. And it is a plus EV play. So if you wanted to add see what I tell y'all. What did I say, guys? Tyrese Maxey has been bumped. His points, rebounds, and assists went from 32.5 down to 31.5. His points and assists went from 28.5 down to 27.5. I freaking called it. Did I not call it? You know what this tells me, guys? It tells me that the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer is really doing the Lord's work, that it's worth the money. It's getting you in on the picks before the picks get bumped. We were in on this pick before the bump. And it's been bumped in our favor, right? Because we were thinking about taking the under on both of these. And wouldn't you know it, PrizePicks lines makers went ahead and bumped this down 1 point for each, the PRA on Maxey and the PA on Maxey. So this is why this tool, the optimizer, is so fantastic, because it allows you, if you're quick enough, if you're nimble, if you're agile, you can get in on these picks before they get bumped. In this case, doesn't work so well, right? For me, because I'm trying to build out, 5 pick or 6 pick. We got to put the research in, the time in. But hopefully somebody out there snagged it. They grabbed it before the bump. If you were liking it and you jumped on it, congratulations to you. I'm going to have to retire Tyrese Maxey from this entry. But we were going to look at Malcolm Brogdon over 12.5 points. So there we go. There's a fine substitution for Tyrese Maxey. When we're live and we have nearly 200 people watching, that's enough people. That's enough momentum. If people are taking the picks that we're discussing here live on the show, that's enough momentum, typically, if people are taking these, putting money on these, for PrizePicks to bump this stuff. So you got to act fast. When I talk about something on here, if you like it, you got to be decisive. You got to have something ready and lined up and ready to go here and jump on it before it gets bumped. But that's the way it goes, man. Value does not last long. It dries up. It evaporates very quickly. But that's okay. We're going to keep moving on here. Malcolm Brogdon over 12.5 points looks like another fine and suitable option for us today. What about this next one? We got Devin Booker. He's all the way up at 6.5 dimes. Again, the optimizer saying take the under. 53.3% chance that Devin Booker goes under 6.5 assists. So let's check some projections out on my guy Book. First projection, 5.7. Anything 6 or below, we're in pretty good shape. We got a projection of 5.7 on his 6.5 assist line. So that one's looking good. Second projection here for Booker, 5.4 assists. Again, the line is 6.5. So that's 2 projections well under 6 assists. So I'm liking what I'm seeing so far on this Devin Booker line of 6.5 dimes. Let's check a third projection. Over to Number Fire we go. They've got him at 5.8 dimes. Again, that's below 6. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far here on Devin Booker for less than 6.5 dimes. And then let's get a fourth and final projection. We'll go over to Betting Pros and just take a peek. They got Booker at 6.4. That's still less than 6.5, so I'm okay with that. That's 4 projections that have Booker closer to 6 or fewer assists than 7 or more, right? 6 or fewer, and we are in good shape. Oh, boy. Here we go again. Son of a... All right, Malcolm Brogdon's been bumped up from 12.5 up to 13. From 12.5 up to 13. So am I surprised? No, I'm not surprised. Not surprised one bit. We are literally influencers. Those of you who are watching daily, who are watching live today, we are influencing the lines. We're finding the value. You guys are going out there and hopefully snatching up the value, putting some money on it. And we're changing lines in real time. folks. Yes, it's true. We are. Let's go to Devin Booker's 6.5 assists. How long do you think it's going to take for him to go down to 6 assists? Blake is saying, bro, they watch your live streams. I got a lot of fans out there. I got a lot of subscribers. We're over 9,000 subs. Hopefully some of you who are watching for the first time subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the NBA season. But yeah, 214 people watching. I would say that we're very influential here. We're influential. But nonetheless, yeah, Devin Booker under 6.5 assists. You see the projections, guys. He's under 6.5 on 4 different projection sites. The plus EV move would be to take the under on Devin Booker at 6.5 dimes. Okay, you can see where he's at. 53.7% chance here that he stays under 6.5 dimes tonight. 6 or fewer, and we're in good shape. So let's keep refreshing the optimizer because, we're trying to get on the latest and greatest picks before they shift, before they move, like a couple of these have already done to us this afternoon. Jason Tatum sitting up here at 38.5 points and rebounds. 53.2% chance on Tatum's under. 38.5%, excuse me. 38.5 points and rebounds is the line. 53.2% chance of him going under at 38.5 points and rebounds. So let's check some projections on Tatum. We need 38 or fewer points and rebounds on these projection models just to feel a little bit better about this, right? First projection, pretty razor sharp, 38.3 on a line of 38.5. Still a little bit less than 38.5. Second projection on Tatum, they've got him at 35.2 points and rebounds on a line of 38.5. So that's a pretty big projection for an under, right? So far we got 2 projections under 38.5 for Tatum's points and boards. Let's check a third projection. 28 points plus another 8.5 boards, 36.5. The line's 38.5. So we've got 3 projections under 38.5. Let's see if we have a fourth projection. We'll head over to Betting Pros. We'll take a look at them real quick. Points, rebounds is the category. We're looking for Jason Tatum. Ooh, now this projection's pretty high, 41.8. So I would call this an outlier projection, right? We got one projection all the way up there at 41.8. All the other ones were under 38.5. So 3 out of 4 suggest taking the under on Tatum. The way that the odds are on the sports books, it's looking like the under is the optimal way to go here on Tatum. What do you guys think about this one, though? More or less on Tatum points and rebounds? More or less on the Jason Tatum 38.5 points and rebounds tonight? What are you guys doing? It's a fade for Roy. All right, fair enough. Mermaid J, that's a hell of a name. He's fading it as well. Tazio saying he's going to go less on it. RJ saying he's going to fade. Lance is fading. Lance is also saying that Betting Pros, from his experience, always seems to be a little bit on the high side. Okay, gotcha. Les says Jadal. Okay. Listen, you got to factor in there's a blowout potential here. 9.5 point spread. So maybe that's playing into this underplay for Tatum. Maybe that's why people are taking the under here. If this game does turn into a blowout, it turns into a runaway. Well, then, Tatum may not be out there for his full run of minutes tonight. Let's look at this next one here. Jamal Murray. Murray's been a walking bucket here throughout the last few games. He's at 11.5 rebounds and assists today. Now on that 11.5 rebound and assist line, the under looking like the way to go here. Now, if I were going to take the under on anything Jamal Murray related, it would be on a combination or a prop that doesn't include points. In other words, I don't want to take the under on anything that includes his points because obviously the guy can go nuclear, right? He can score in bunches. So in this case, I'm not mad at this at first glance. His rebounds and assists, 11.5. The under looking like the way to go here. 53.1% chance that he goes under 11.5 rebounds and assists. So I'm not mad at this. Let's check some projections out, though, to see if they kind of back up what we're seeing here on the optimizer. Now, the first projection's at 11.1. That's less than 11.5. You're seeing some juice here. Minus 130 on FanDuel. Minus 140 on BetMGM. Minus 130 on PointsBet. The juice is on the under at 11.5. Okay, which is why the optimizer is telling us, hey, you should be thinking about the under on Murray. So the first projection's less than 11.5. Let's check the second projection out here. Second projection, 11.83, really close to 11.5. So you got one that's slightly under, one that's slightly over 11.5. Let's take it to a third projection. Let's break the tie here. Jamal Murray, we got him at 4.5 rebounds plus another 6.8 dimes. That puts him at 11.3. Again, slightly less than 11.5. And for those of you who want it, let's get it. We're going to go and try and find a fourth projection here on Jamal Murray. And they got him at 10.3. All right. So 3 out of 4 projections have Murray for less than 11.5 rebounds and assists. So we still got Booker in there for a less. We go Jamal Murray under 11.5 rebounds and assists. You could go there. We also mentioned Jason Tatum's points and rebounds for less. Now, I know a lot of y'all like taking the overs. A lot of y'all like clicking more. And you're probably feeling some type of way about taking some unders. But hey, the unders low-key hit, y'all. The unders low-key hit. So don't sleep on the unders. But that's what we got so far. All right. Team light skin, Devin Booker, Jamal Murray, Jason Tatum. We had Malcolm Brogdon. He could have been the fourth member of Team light skin. He's not in there because they bumped him. So this is what we got. These 3 guys. Let's keep looking, though. Let's see what else we got. Aaron Gordon. Oh, boy. Just when you didn't think you could find any other members for Team light skin, Aaron Gordon steps up with 6.5 rebounds. It looks like the under's the way to go on AG. Boy, we're about to build an all-star team. 6.5 boards. 53% chance that he has 6 or fewer tonight. Now, Aaron Gordon was scoring very well in the first game. I don't know how his rebounds went. Maybe y'all can remind me, but I know AG was definitely getting buckets. Michael Porter Jr. definitely wasn't getting as many buckets as I had hoped. First projection right here, 6.4 rebounds on a line of 6.5. Okay, so that's an under. Second projection, though, wowee. Pump the brakes. They got him at almost 9 rebounds on a line of 6.5. So that's a really big over on Aaron Gordon's rebounds and just a little minor under on the first projection. Let's check a third projection on Aaron Gordon here. Aaron Gordon, third projection, 6.7 boards. Again, the line is 6.5. So we're floating right around 6.5 projected rebounds or more. I'm feeling like the under here, based on what we're finding on some of these projection sites, the under might be risky business. And the fourth and final projection on Gordon, they got him at 7.5 boards. Yeah, I'm going to stay away from taking the under on AG tonight at 6.5 boards. Y'all can take it if you want it. These projection models just are not vibing. It's not passing the vibe check for me. So I'm going to stay away from it. And they've already got Golden State Warriors props up on here. We're going to skip over those. We're going to just stick to tonight's games. Let's keep working through this board here, getting down to the bottom of page 1 of the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer as of 12:36 p.m. What about Jaylen Brown for more than 24.5 points? We got about a 52.75% chance that he scores 25 or more tonight. So let's take a look at JB. My man's been rocking the Batman mask. Maybe he's going to be feeling dangerous tonight, like a Cape Crusader. He's at 26.6 projected points on a line of 24.5. 26.6 is the first projection on a line of 24.5. That's 2.1. Love that. So that's looking like a good over first projection. Second projection on Jaylen Brown here, 23.5. So 1 point less than his line of 24.5. So that's not good, right? Let's check a third projection. So far, we're at a 1-1 split or tie on Jaylen Brown's points. 23.7 on a line of 24.5. That's not what we want to see. So that's 2 under projections versus a projection that has them going over on one site. Let's go to a 4th projection here. I just want to see. Maybe we'll end up tied up here. Yeah. The 4th projection, which is, again, provided by Betting Pros. Betting Pros is free. You guys can go check them out. 4th projection has them at 28.3. So it's like a 50-50 split here on these projection guys. What do you guys think on Jaylen Brown? Jaylen Brown, is he going to go over or under, more or less on 23.5 points? It seems like the projection models just can't make their mind up on Jaylen Brown. Which way are y'all going to go? Roy's saying he's taking the over on Jaylen Brown. LeBron James is taking the over. Not Migs is saying under. Casey Barber with the over on Jaylen Brown. UTunes Music says over hard. Jonathan Blanco's liking the over. Ferry is liking the over. Tazio said, I locked him for the over. Okay, a lot of overplays, a lot of faith, a lot of confidence in Jaylen Brown tonight to get you 24 or more points. All right, highly controversial play. I'm not going to include him in what we got going here. We got 3 picks. They're all less picks. Let's see if we can build on these 3 picks before things get bumped up on us. What about DeAndre Ayton? We got DeAndre Ayton. We got Chris Paul. We got a couple of Phoenix Suns options on here. Chris Paul, though, 21.5 points and assists. The over, giving us about a 52.7% chance that CP3 is going to go for 22 or more points and assists. Are we trusting Chris Paul these days in the points and assists category? With KD, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, are we trusting Chris Paul to get any kind of points today? Let's look into it. We need some favorable projections for Chris Paul going over this number. We know he can still drop dimes. I'm just wondering about the point side of things. Maybe the points is where we get kind of caught up. Again, his line is 21.5 points and assists. So anything 22 or higher is what we're looking for projection-wise. First projections got him at 22. So it's more, but it's close to 21.5. Let's check a second projection on Chris Paul. Points and assists. Where's he at? 22.85 on a line of 21.5. So that's 2 projections that's got him going over 21.5 PA. Let's check a third projection here. So far, though, the over is looking good. The models, the projections are liking Chris Paul to go over. We got 14.1 points plus another 10.4 assists. That's going to be 24.5 for Chris Paul. It's looking good, guys. It's looking good. I'm not going to pretend to be smarter than these projection models or smarter than these sportsbook lines. I'm not going to pretend like I know what Chris Paul's going to do better than these projection models and sites. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to play that game. I'm going to trust the numbers here. He's projected for 26.2 points and assists on this 4th and final projection provided by Betting Pros. So, guys, there's a lot of really nice projections on Chris Paul here over his points and assist line. If you don't like it for whatever reason, please, for the love of God, don't take it if you don't like it. Not forcing you to do anything. If you do take it over 21.5 points and assists, you are doing so because you're a logical person. You see the odds are in your favor. You see 4 different projections that are in your favor. And I can't argue with that because I'm a logical man myself. And the logic behind it just seems like we should be taking the over on Chris Paul. Forget what he's done in the past. Put our recency bias aside here and give Chris Paul a chance. That's what it's looking like to me. All right. So y'all don't get mad at me. I'm just the messenger. I'm looking at these projections. I'm looking at these odds just like you are. We're looking at the same thing. If your intuition or whatever you want to call it tells you to leave Chris Paul alone, leave Chris Paul alone. That's fine. Your decision. All right. What about DeAndre Ayton though at 15.5 points? Came really close. He actually had a pretty good first half. Third quarter was decent for him, but he just couldn't get the job done. And then the game ended up turning into a blowout. But DeAndre Ayton actually was getting some buckets. They were feeding him a lot in the first half, especially 52.7% chance that Ayton goes over 15.5 points. Drake says he's not light-skinned. You are right, Drake. It's called diversity. And we are diversifying our PrizePicks entry today. You know what I mean? DeAndre Ayton over 15.5 points. We don't have anybody who's 7 feet or taller in our entry yet. Speaking of diversity, we need to add DeAndre Ayton in there. We need some tall people in there. So we're gonna possibly get DeAndre Ayton in there over 15.5 points, but 52.7% chance that he scores 16 or more tonight. So let's check some projections out on DeAndre Ayton. 16.3, anything 16 or better. As far as a projection goes, we're in pretty good shape. So the first one's looking good, 16.3 on a line of 15.5. Second projection for DeAndre Ayton, 15.6, just a smidge, a hair higher than 15.5. But higher nonetheless, right? So 2 out of 2 projections have Ayton scoring more than 15.5. Now this one's exactly 15.5. So we got 2 over projections, 1 projection that's a tie or a push essentially. So let's go to a 4th projection here. Why the heck not? We got him. Might as well look at him, right? They've got DeAndre Ayton projected for 19.9 points, gang. That's close to 20 points. So that's an over. So we got 3 overs, 1 that's got him at a tie or a push. I'm okay with taking DeAndre Ayton. I'm going to take him. I'm going to play the numbers as I always do. DeAndre Ayton over 15.5 points. So here's what we got so far. Those of you who are just getting here, appreciate all 228 of you watching. 228 watching, 93 likes. I don't like that ratio. Can we get the likes up to 100 at least with 228 of y'all watching? We got Booker under 6.5 dimes. Jamal Murray under 11.5 rebounds and assists. Jason Tatum under 38.5 points and rebounds. Chris Paul for more than 21.5 points and assists. And DeAndre Ayton for more than 15.5 points. Is there anything else on page 1 or down toward the bottom of page 1 here? I think that's it for page 1. Okay, so we've kind of exhausted page 1. Let's kick it over to the chat. Let's see what you guys are liking. Let's see what kind of questions you have. I see we have number of different super chats we've got to address. So I appreciate all those who are super chatting. Fade Blake. Fade simply means leave it alone, walk away. Don't take it for more. Don't take it for less. Just don't take it at all. Leave it. Set it aside. Don't touch it. That's all it means. All right. So let's get to some of these super chats, guys. Let's see what the fine folks who are watching live with me are liking today. And we'll put a little bit of research in and hopefully help you guys land on the right side of these overs and unders on your super chat questions. Last in Limbo coming through with the first super chat. Do we know if Embiid is ruled out? Officially right now, as of 12:45 p.m. Eastern time here on the East Coast, the official word on Joel Embiid is he is a game time decision, officially listed as doubtful, which is worse than questionable, which means he's more likely trending to be out than to be in tonight. As I mentioned at the top of the show, he was spotted at practice, but is still expected to remain doubtful. So that's all we know as of right now. You'll get more clarification closer to tip-off, but that's the rundown. That's the lowdown on Mr. Embiid. Okay, that's all we have to go off of. That's all we have for now. Let's see what other super chats did we have here? Scrolling, get my scroll on. Michael coming through. Thank you for the super chat. He's asking about both Brown and Jokic for PRA. He's wanting to take the over on both of these fellas. So let's go back to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. Let's first and foremost answer the question, are the odds in our favor for both of these picks? We want to know if they're plus EV plays. So we're going to punch Jaylen Brown's name in here. Looks like at 33.5 PRA on Brown, we've got about a 51.8% chance, close to a 52% chance of him going over 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So to answer the first question, yes, this is a plus EV play. Now, do we have projections that are also in our favor on our side? That's the other question, right? We want to see 34 or more points, rebounds, and assists for Jaylen Brown. The first projection for Brown, guys, 37.7. And if you look at some of these other sports books, they've actually got Jaylen Brown as high as 35.5 on FanDuel, 34.5 on PointsBet. Some of these other smaller books have him at 34.5. So we're getting some value here on PrizePicks with Jaylen Brown sitting at 33.5. These lines makers on these other books have him 1-2 points higher for his PRA. So this could be one that you might want to jump on. I could see this getting bumped up to 34.5 at some point. Second projection for Brown, 33.1, really close to 33.5, but a little bit less than. Let's check this projection on NumberFire. Bust out the calculator. 23.7 points, 6.8 boards, plus 3.8 assists. Puts him at 34.3, which is more than 33.5. So 2 out of 3 projections thus far have him going for more than 33.5. And then let's take it to a fourth and final projection. Betting Pros has him at 39.1. So yes, to answer your question, Jaylen Brown over 33.5 PRA looks like a plus EV play that's projecting well across the board here. Now, let me ask you guys something. Those of you who are watching live, or maybe you're catching the replay, let me know in the comments section. Would you rather, this is a would you rather game, would you rather take the under on Jason Tatum at 38.5 points and rebounds, or take the over on Jaylen Brown's 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists? Let me know, gang. Those of you who are watching live with me or catching the replay. Would you rather take the over on the under on Jason Tatum's PR, or the over on Jaylen Brown's PRA? And I'm going to do whatever you guys want to do here. I'm going to leave this one up to the community, to the chat. Getting the vibe of the room here. It looks like over on Jaylen Brown, over on Brown, over on Brown, over on Brown, over on Brown. A lot of love for over on Jaylen Brown. Aziz is saying under on Tatum. All right, Aziz going a different way. All right, look, consensus, majority of you guys are saying that you'd rather take Jaylen Brown over his 33.5 PRA instead of Tatum under. Both are plus EV plays. Both are projecting well. I really don't hate one or the other. I mean, they both look pretty good. So, yeah, that's also a good point, Peyton. They are well correlated plays too. So you could possibly take both of them in your same entry. Maybe you think Tatum has a bad night. Brown might have a good night. You could take both of them together if you want, or you could split them up if you feel better about that. We should probably look to split Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton up, being that they're both overlapping in the points category, if that makes sense. But yeah, here's what we got. Booker under assists, Murray under rebounds and assists, Paul over 21 points and assists, Ayton over 15.5 points, and Jaylen Brown over 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists. But Tatum under points and rebounds still looks good. So don't totally discount that one either. We could take Chris Paul off. We could definitely take CP3 off. If we find a worthwhile solution, we could take Chris Paul off, since a lot of y'all don't like that. How about Nikola Jokic over PRA? That's another pick that was a second half of that super chat that Michael left us. Let's take a look at Joker tonight as he goes into game 2 against the Phoenix Suns tonight. Nikola Jokic sitting at 47.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Is this the most plus EV play? Not really, but it is a plus EV play for the over. 50.71% chance. So a little bit better than a coin flip's chance that Jokic records 48 or more points, rebounds, and assists tonight. So is it plus EV? Yeah, but barely. A little bit. Just a little bit. Not a lot, baby girl. Just a little bit. So let's take a look at some projections here on Jokic and his PRA. We need 48 or more projected points, rebounds, and assists. We got 46.2 on this first one. That's not going to cut it. We need more than that. Second projection on Jokic has him at 47, let's call it. Not looking good, guys. Not looking good. I think I prefer Jaylen Brown just based on the projections for the PRA. And then this last one, Number Fire, has him at 25 points plus 13.4 boards and another 9.1 assists. That puts him right at 47.5. So I'm not going to go any further. No need to check a fourth projection on this one. I'm going to leave Jokic alone at 47.5 PRA. Out of the two, Michael, that you presented, I think we like Jaylen Brown more, just based on the projections, etc. So, Fear Shaolin leaving a little popcorn sticker there. Did you have a question attached to that? I don't see one. Oh, he's saying we need an all light skin slip. Well, we just removed Jason Tatum, so I think our dreams of doing that are quickly fading. They took Brogdon away from us too. That hurt. That definitely hurt. Last in Limbo says, what about Robert the Time Lord Williams first half points over? And he's also looking at Tobias Harris under points and rebounds tonight. Okay, two-parter here. Robert Williams first half points. Obviously, Joel Embiid is out. So who's going to start in his place? It's probably going to be, what's his face? Paul Reed, right? Paul Reed is the projected starter for Philadelphia. Horford expected to start for Boston. So if Paul Reed goes to the bench, I really don't know who the third center is, who would absorb some of that second string center minutes for Philadelphia. Do you guys know? You got Embiid, Paul Reed. Who's the third center on the team? Do they have one? In other words, who would Robert Williams potentially be matched up with? I don't know. Maybe you guys know. Maybe I've got a hardcore Sixers fan out there. But, oh, wait. Time out. Don't they still have Montrezl Harrell? They do, right? Yeah. I forgot all about that guy. Damn. Well, Montrezl Harrell, not known for his defense. So if Robert Williams gets to play against Montrezl Harrell, then you might be in pretty good shape taking the over on Robert Williams points for the first half only. Let's go and pull that one up on PrizePicks real quick. Let's go NBA 1H. Where is that at? There we go. They got Robert Williams sitting at exactly 4 points. We take a look at the last 5 games here. These were all from the Atlanta series. 8 points, no points, 8 points, 4 points, and then 2 points in that closeout game against the Hawks. So 4 or more in 3 out of his last 5 games. But yeah, Montrezl Harrell, no, not really worried about him as far as being a defensive stopper or anything like that. Here's where Prop.Cash is really going to help you guys out. Especially now since, it looks like StatMuse is going premium. They're limiting how many search inquiries you have per day. And I don't know about that. At that point, I might just say, you'd probably want to go with Props.Cash. If you had to pay for one or the other, I would be paying for Props.Cash over StatMuse personally. But anyway, let's go take a look at these first half only numbers for Robert Williams. We got the last 5. I just want to kind of take a look at what he's done beyond sort of the last 5. And that's where Props.Cash really shines here, because they give you different split situations, full game splits, first half, second half, and you could even go by quarter. First, second, third, or fourth quarter. So let's go first half only. And you can see Robert Williams' line is already set for us at 4. So the last 10 games Robert Williams has played in, he's had 4 or more points in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of his last 10. So a 70% hit rate at 4 or more. Basically, guys, he's got to put the ball in the bucket twice, at least twice, to tie. Now, maybe we get lucky and he puts it in the bucket 3 times or gets to the free throw line and ends up with, 5 or 6 points. But the fact that he'll probably be seeing some Montrezl Harrell defensively without Embiid in there, I like that. I think Robert Williams could definitely hit 4 or more. I don't have a projection for first half points, but I just, using the old noggin here and who he's going to be matched up against, I don't mind that play. So definitely take a shot on that one. Last in Limbo. I think that's a fine look. And your second option, second half of your super chat was Tobias Harris for less or under his points and rebounds. Okay, let's refresh the optimizer. Let's get some fresh odds in here. Tobias Harris, no Joel Embiid, and you're wanting to take the under on the 24.5 points and rebounds. Well, looking at it here, it's definitely a plus EV play. About a 52% chance that Harris stays under 24.5 points and rebounds, 51.87% to be exact. So when we go and check these projections, we want to look for 24 or more, or 24 or less rather, 24 or less points and rebounds. So let's do that now. And I'm going to refresh these projections too, because they change. Just like the sports books lines change, the projections change throughout the day too. So what you're seeing is projections as of about 1 p.m. Eastern time. First projection on Harris, though, is 23.7. So that is less than 24.5. Gotta like what you're seeing there. That's a good first step if you're planning on taking the under on Tobias Harris. Second projection has him all the way down at 21.4 on a line of 24.5. So that's 2 for 2 on the unders for Tobias Harris. Checking out Number Fire here. Number Fire's got Harris at about 16 points and about 7 rebounds, we'll call it. Putting him at 23. So that's 3 for 3. 3 unders on Tobias Harris points and rebounds. So Shaolin, I think your name was, Fear Shaolin. You were asking about making an all light skin lineup. We're going to add Tobias Harris in there for under 24.5 points and rebounds. So the dream lives on. Booker under 6.5 assists. Murray under 11.5 rebounds and assists. Chris Paul over 21.5 points and assists. DeAndre Ayton for more than 15.5 points. Jaylen Brown for more than 33.5 PRA. And Tobias Harris for less than 24.5 PR. I like that one, last in limbo. I like the Robert Williams first half points too at 4, taking the over on that. That's not terrible either. So, okay. We got a nice little, we got some nice picks. I like these. I like these. And don't forget, Tatum was another guy for points and rebounds that you could consider for the under. Wesley Winston saying StatMuse is no longer free. Look at Kevin Durant over 36.5 PR. A little double whammy. We took KD, those of us who were in Patreon. I posted a Kevin Durant points and rebounds prop in the last game, and Kevin Durant was absolutely all over the glass. Now, I don't know if I'm late, but I'm seeing Kevin Durant at 37 points and rebounds. So maybe they bumped him up while we were chit-chatting about other picks. But just to look into this one a little further for you guys, KD, he might still be at 36.5 points and rebounds on some other site. PrizePicks already did the job for us of bumping him up to 37. At 37 points and rebounds, about a 50.5% chance that he stays under 38. So 37 or less. Okay. So maybe you consider taking the under now that he's up to 37 on PrizePicks. Let's just see what the projections have to say here. Got him exactly at 37 on the first one. So that's a tie. Second projection on Kevin Durant, points and rebounds. 37's the line. 33.6 is the projection. So there's an under option for you for KD. Taking a look at Number Fire here. Third projection. They got him at 28.3 points plus 8.2 boards. That's 36.5. So that's less than 37 as well. So maybe you take the under on KD's 37 points and rebounds. It did seem like he was getting lucky on some of them boards, to be honest with you guys. Seemed like his rebounds were a little bit, like some of those boards I was watching that game, I was like, damn, Kevin Durant's getting lucky. The ball just keeps finding Durantula. I don't know. So maybe he got, some lucky or friendly bounces in that case. But it looks like most of these projections have him at 37 or fewer points and rebounds. So you could take the under on Kevin Durant instead of the over at 36.5. Let's see. Any other super chats that I missed? Going through, getting my scroll on. Points in first 6 now on PrizePicks. Is that a new category? Let's refresh the PrizePicks board here. You're saying oh, there you go. Points in the first 6 minutes. Ooh, that's interesting. Talk about some degenerate gambling here. This is an interesting market. Yeah, I guess this is just added. I've never seen this one. Points in the first 6 minutes. Are they providing any stats for this? No, they're not. DeAndre Ayton to score 4 points in 6 minutes, though? Come on now. What do y'all think about that? DeAndre Ayton seems to eat. He seems to eat in like the first quarter, first 6 minutes. Like I could see him just like tossing it in the bucket a couple of times here. Right? 2 buckets in 6 minutes. They seem to feed this guy in the early stages of the game, don't they? Let's look at something real quick. Let's go to the Phoenix-Denver game. Where's DeAndre Ayton's big booty? There he is. Now this is we're gonna look at first quarter scoring for DeAndre Ayton. Check this out. This is just first quarter. First quarter. Now, we're talking first 6 minutes. DeAndre Ayton averages, at least over the last 10 games, about 9 first quarter minutes. So we're talking about 2/3 of the minutes that he averages in the first quarter. So there'll be about 3 minutes that's not accounted for here on PrizePicks. They have him at 6 minutes, right? This is about 9 minutes of first quarter action that DeAndre Ayton gets. This is about as close as we're going to get to being able to research this prop. 4-4-6-4, 2-2-2 against LA, 5-9 and 6. I'm just saying, man, it just seems doable to me. I wouldn't say exactly half Pats fan. He gets about 67%. We'll say about 60%, 67% of the minutes that he averages in the first quarter, right? Because he averages about 9. So we need him to score 4 points in 6 minutes. I don't know. It sounds doable to me. Like I said, there's no real good way of researching this, but I mean, you see what he's done, 4 or more points in the first quarter, which is about 9 minutes he plays in the first quarter. They just seem to feed him early in the game, it feels like. I don't know. Especially like right when the game starts. So, I don't know. Zachary said this is a trap. Could definitely be a trap. Could definitely be a trap. But, hey, it's another fun way to play on PrizePicks. So, proceed with caution on these, but I mean, some of these look pretty interesting. KD at 4 points in the first 6 minutes. I mean, you're basically, look at Michael Porter Jr. You're basically betting on Michael Porter Jr. knocking down a 3 in the first 6 minutes of the game, right? Do you think Michael Porter Jr. hits a 3 in the first 6 minutes of the game? If I phrase it that way, do you feel better about it? Jay Little says, score's about to be 0-0 until the second quarter. No, it ain't going to be that. But like, yeah, MPJ just needs to knock down a 3. Chris Paul knocks down a 3. We're good money, right? So I don't know. You guys can mess around with those if you want to. Probably not going to mess around with them. Did they get rid of all our picks? Why did they get rid of all of our picks? I didn't even get to put those in, man. Let's go back. What did we have here? We had Booker under assists. We had Murray under rebounds and assists. We had a nice little entry going, and they wiped it out on us. We had Brown over PRA. Jaylen Brown, not Bruce. We had Ayton over 15.5 points, right? Harris under points and rebounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we had Chris Paul over points and assists, or Tatum under points and rebounds. Now that's a good option. Tatum under points and rebounds or Chris Paul over points and assists? Which would you rather? Those of you who are watching. Tatum under points and rebounds or Chris Paul over points and assists? That's a good one, isn't it? Beastly React says neither one of them. JT under. Zachary's taking Tatum under. Pat's fans taking Tatum under. Angel saying probably Tatum because Paul has sold him out in the past. Tatum under. Man, we're getting a lot of Tatum unders here. Okay. Well, listen, we got 5 good ones. I like all 5 of these. And if you don't like them, don't take them. That's cool. No big deal. But most of you guys are saying Tatum under points and rebounds. So right now, we will use Tatum under points and rebounds as our 6th and final placeholder. Okay. But let's see if there's some other picks out there that we have not addressed. I'm going to go through your questions here. Marcus Smart's points, rebounds, and assists. A lot of you guys are talking about that one. Travis left a super chat. He's interested in some Marcus Smart PRA today. I'm assuming, yeah, the over, right? Let's take a look at that one. 52% chance that Smart records 20 or more points, rebounds, and assists. Now, we've already got Jaylen Brown in our entry for more than 33.5 PRA. I probably don't want to take both Smart and Brown. If I'm going to take them both, I'm going to take them in separate entries. Is that cool? You guys understand why I'm doing that? We got 2 players, both backcourt players for the Celtics, both in the PRA category, both overs. I don't like that. Too much overlap, too much potential for one to get in the other's way. If we think Brown's going to have a really good game, that could cannibalize or eat into Smart having a good game. Now, in the perfect scenario, in the perfect world, both of these guys go over and they both hit. But for correlation purposes and reasons, I don't know if I want to take both of them in the same entry. I might just take one or the other. So let's look at Marcus Smart. We know Brown's a good look. We've already did the work on Brown. Let's take a look at Smart, though. We need 20 or more points, rebounds, and assists on the projections for Marcus Smart. First projections got him at 20.6 on a line of 19.5. Okay, that's good. Second projection has him at 19.2 on a line of 19.5. Not what we want to see. A little bit higher would have been good there, but let's check a third projection. Number Fire's got him at 10.4 points plus 3.3 boards and another 5.8 assists. That's 19.5, right on the dime, right on the button of where his line is at, 19.5 PRA. So that doesn't really tell us anything or help us out much. So let's go and check the third and final projection for Smart. They got him at 22.2 PRA here on Betting Pros. So these projections on Smart are a little shaky. I think the projections were looking stronger on Jaylen Brown. So for me, for my money, I think that I would prefer sticking with Brown. Obviously his line's higher, but you know, so is his usage. He's going to be more involved. He's probably going to have his hands on the basketball more than Marcus Smart. And we were already liking some Malcolm Brogdon over on points. So I don't know, maybe Brogdon's success leads to Smart's demise or downfall. It's not looking that great to me. Maybe his fantasy score, Marcus Smart's fantasy score, is a better look, better play. But hopefully that answers that question for you. Marcus Smart's PRA. But I think I'm rocking with Brown. But if you like Smart, don't let me talk you out of taking Marcus Smart. Take him, but take him in a separate entry from Brown, just in case. Jarrell, late to the show. Hey, better late than never, Jarrell. Hit that like button for me, buddy. 119 likes, 222 people watching. We got some making up to do, y'all. Some of y'all are watching, sitting on your hands, not hitting the like button. That's all right. I'm just here to remind you. Friendly reminder. So here's what we got. Book under 6.5 dimes. Murray under 11.5 rebounds and dimes. We got Brown over 33.5 PRA, 8 and over 15.5 points. Harris under 24.5 points and rebounds. And Tatum under 38.5 points and rebounds. That's our 6 so far. Dave, just out of principle, bro. You ain't got to spam. You ain't got to spam, bro. You ain't got to spam. No need to spam. Patrick Willis. We did have Brogdon in earlier at 12.5 points. It got bumped up to 13 before we could place anything. So 15 points out of Brogdon. Are you playing an alternate line on a sports book? Is that what you're asking? Let's refresh the optimizer. Maybe there's some new plays that are popping up here. Maybe there's some new contenders that can find their way into our 6-pick flex. Booker, we talked about him. Murray, talked about him. Tatum, talked about him. Ayton, discussed him. Gordon, we're staying away from that one. Curry doesn't play tonight. Booker, okay. Booker over 29.5 points. We did not talk about that one. So that one seems to be gaining some traction, some momentum, some steam. Maybe we would rather take Booker over 29.5 points than taking the under on Booker's 6.5 assists. This one's got about a 53% chance to hit as well. So let's take a look at some Devin Booker projections. 30 or more points tonight out of Devin Booker. What do you think? Can he do it? Won't he do it? I don't know if he will. 28.1 points is his first projection on a line of 29.5. That's an under projection. Second projection for Booker, 26.8 points on a line of 29.5. So far, guys, I'm staying with the assists because these projections are looking flaky. They're looking a little sus, if I do say so myself. 28.6 points on a line of 29.5. Yeah, I'm out on Devin Booker over points. I know it's the plus EV way to go, but these projection models have been right before and tend to be right more than wrong. So I just don't like the fact the optimizer's saying go over, the projections are saying go under. No, I like when the projections and the optimizer all are in agreement. So I'm going to stay with Booker under assists. Staying with that one. We're at about 1:15. We've been going at this for a little over an hour. I think that we're gonna just throw this 6-pick in there. Hope for the best. If you don't like all 6 of these, that's cool. Take your favorite 1, 2, 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them. Take as many of these as you want. But we've done our work as far as knowing that these are all plus EV plays, that they're all projecting in our favor, and that's all we can ask for. There's only so much we can control, right? The odds, the money, and everything's in our favor. All right, let's take this last super chat. We'll end the show with Michael's super chat. He's wanting to look at Jamal Murray for more on his points and KD for more on his rebounds and assists. Let's see if we have a contender here. All right, we've already got Jamal Murray in there for less than 11.5 rebounds and assists, but he's wanting to maybe take Jamal Murray for more than 24.5 points. Let's look at this one here. Jamal Murray, 52.2% chance that he scores 25 or more tonight against Phoenix. Like I said earlier, if I'm going to take the under on anything Jamal Murray related, it's not going to include anything that has his points. In other words, I would not take the under on his PRA. I would not take the under on his PR. I would not take the under on his PA. I would not take the under on his fantasy score. I don't want to take any chances taking unders on Jamal Murray player props that include his points, okay? Because we know he's capable of blasting off for 30, 40 points. So I ain't doing that. If I'm going to take the under on anything Jamal Murray, it's going to be just like rebounds and assists, something that does not include points. But here we're talking about just his points at 24.5, and we're talking about the over, not the under. 52.2% chance that he goes over 24.5. So let's go run this through some projections real quick. Jamal Murray's points projection, 26.8. The line's 24.5. That is a very good first projection on Jamal Murray. Love what I'm seeing there. Second projection for Jamal Murray, 24.5 is the line. Projections, 22. So we got one big over, one big under on these projections so far. We got to take it to a third projection. They've got him at 24.9. We'll call it 25. Let's round it up for easier math. 25. So that's 2 overs, 1 under. Let's take it to a fourth projection. Let's look at it. We'll go to Betting Pros in this case. Jamal Murray's projected for 21.1 points on a line of 24.5. So we got 2 unders, 2 overs on Jamal Murray. I think in this case, I'll just leave that one alone. I'll stick to taking the under on the rebounds and assists. I didn't get a chance to get Devin Booker in there under 6.5 assists, and it just got bumped down. What is that? The third prop that's been bumped down since we started the show? Shoot. They just keep getting off the hook, don't they? They just keep slipping away. That's all right. Hey, Murray, Brown, Ayton, Harris, Tatum, Booker. Booker was 6.5. He's now down to 6. It is what it is. It'd be like that. That value just dissipates, man. Just gets sucked out of there. What about that second projection, or the second play? Kevin Durant rebounds and assists. Maybe we go with KD, but I'm staying away from the Murray points. I would not be surprised if Murray scores 25 tonight. He's Jamal Murray. He's pretty damn good at scoring the basketball. Let's look at this Kevin Durant play, though. Maybe this will be a substitution for that Devin Booker play that just got changed on us. We got KD over 12.5 rebounds and assists, 51% chance, let's call it. 51% chance that he goes over 12.5. So let's go check some projections out for Kevin Durant. 13.7. Love that. Good first projection. Second projection has him at 12.51, barely over 12.5, but barely is good enough for me. And then we've got him at 8.2 boards plus another 6.2 assists. That puts him at 14.4. That's a very good projection. Let's see if we've got a fourth projection on KD on Betting Pros. They got KD projected for 13.6. So yeah, I'm cool with that. So if anybody missed out on Devin Booker under 6.5, feel free to swap and pivot to Kevin Durant over 12.5 rebounds and assists. Now I'm going to go ahead, put my 20 bucks on it to win 500, and I'm hitting place entry before these guys keep bumping lines on me. But that's what we got. 6 picks. There was more picks we discussed. Some of them got bumped. Some of y'all are going to take them even though they got bumped. That's cool. That's okay. DeAndre, we didn't talk about Chris Paul PRA. We talked about Chris Paul PA. That's another play you can look at. Points and assists over. But there you go. All right, good. Short lifestyle was able to get Booker before the bump down. Love it. Love it. Clam down super fans. All right, buddy. On that note, there's your 6. Take as many as you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all 6. Maybe take some of the other ones that we didn't end up settling on, but we'll go with this. We'll see what happens. Good luck tonight. And if you're in Patreon and Discord, guys, I'll be posting more picks as I find them throughout the day. Cheat sheets for NBA on the way. You know I'm going to hook y'all up. Appreciate all the support. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you again tomorrow. Peace.